Hey guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. Now, I was planning on uploading this YouTube video before 2025 and then doing this little thing, making this little last push, but I've kind of been, busy recently. I've been visiting family and all that stuff. But, even though we didn't get to 150 subscribers, 140 subscribers is nothing to laugh about. It's insane, man, because I'm not going to lie. I started this YouTube channel at 50 subscribers with either family members or friends, and I know I don't know 140 people, but I just want to tell my story about my Warhammer career and how I got into it. And yeah, let's get into the video. All right, now getting into Warhammer, I'm not gonna lie, I'm just gonna be real. In school, I was an amazing student. I'm an amazing kid. And school just got too easy for me. And, I got into sports and I watched sports all day at school. Then I got into racing Hot Wheels, but I was just bored and I needed something complex to watch at school. And one day, boom, solar eclipse. I'm just chilling in this school thing. And then I see a battle report and I'm like, what's this? What's this? And I'm watching it, and it's this little board game. It's kind of like Dungeons and Dragons, except it actually has miniatures, and it's cool and stuff. And I'm like, what was this? And that's really how I got into it. I just started watching it all day in school. I started watching battle reports 3 years earlier when I moved somewhere, but I got back into it because I moved somewhere and they didn't have a Warhammer store. And then I moved somewhere, and while where I was, they still had stuff. They had stores and stuff. They didn't have any that sold Warhammer. And moving back here, I kind of messed with it, and I kind of I don't know. I like anime and I like Star Wars, so Warhammer's not neither of them, but yeah. And, I just dropped by my local Warhammer store. I did not know, what materials I needed. So my first Warhammer project probably took me around, 4 weeks just to get, these 4 guys down. Because I was using a nail filer and stuff. I wasn't using the X-Acto knife. So it was just really terrible and stuff. And I'm not going to lie, this took, so long. But, I got through it. I had a lot of fun taking photos and just posting it on my story and just being oh, Warhammer, blah, blah, blah. And, I'm not going to lie. I got so much of my friends not into either, I got them into Warhammer or I got them just hating Warhammer's guts just because how much I talked about it. I would not stop talking about it. Even when I put something on, a little video thing, and I'm watching it, and my mom's like, "Oh, you're watching a Warhammer, blah." I'm like, how do you know that? And she says, and then she just looked at me, and it's okay. But I started and I bought this faction, and at first, I'm not gonna lie, I knew nothing about the Warhammer factions, and I bought Blood Angels Death Company, and buying Death Company, it really confused me if I bought a Traitor Legion or a Loyalist Legion. Thankfully, and then when I went on Reddit, they would be Blood Angels, Traitor Legion, ha ha ha. And they'd say something rhetorical or something, and I'd be are you being serious or are you being honest? And to be honest, starting Warhammer, if you're starting Warhammer, I'm gonna tell you, right now, as a Blood Angels player, there's one thing that you need to remember, and that, what are they called? The Blood Ravens, or, yeah, in the Warhammer video game, the Blood Ravens. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's their name. They are not a Blood Angels chapter, because I thought that they were, and I'm about to paint my Death Company in Blood Ravens. And also that Death Company have a different color scheme from normal, Blood Angels. So if you're not trying to make Death Company, then don't put the big X's on the stuff. But I'm not gonna lie, at first in Warhammer I struggled, but I had a lot of fun, and I really like looking at the finished product. It's just look at this. I was using Gorilla Glue, and Gorilla Glue wouldn't hold the plastic, and it would break and all this stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, and I think that in the end of the day, the only mistake I made is that I think a lot of people, they see the big Warhammer starter box, and then they're oh, $270 and stuff. And they're oh, blah, 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 blah. Oh, this stuff, $270 just to get into it. Oh, that's not fun. But they don't realize that, that starter box is the cheapest that you'll get the whole Warhammer experience. So I bought these little guys, and I couldn't really play with it. And, I was just, just chilling, and this how I looked. And I was so what's this thing? Are there any gamers I could play with them? Blah, blah, blah. And to be honest, I had no clue or anything. So, I just had what I had, and I was just chilling. I was just watching the lore videos because, and stuff. But then I went around, and I went to my dad's house, and then I see this stuff, and it's like the Warhammer thing. And you know what I had to do for Warhammer? Because I just talk so much without getting anywhere. But I like holding the little figures together because my glue didn't work, and I'm not gonna lie, they look cool, and I like painting them. And I got miniature of the month. Like, I really love the miniature of the month, and even like this month miniature of the month, I'm like, Mom, one day in this month, we are going. I need those miniatures because it's the little Eldari from the Combat Patrol. But but they're really cool. But I don't know, at this time, which is like my probably second month playing Warhammer, I still had no clue what I was doing. No clue. I was using the wrong glue. I was using the wrong this, the wrong that. Honestly, just a chicken with no head, just walk around, just no clue. But I was painting. I was getting somewhere. I was having fun painting too. Although, starting early in my career, I didn't buy the paints thingy. So to be honest, I was using my little brother's paints. Oh my! I was using my little brother's paints to do the little thing, and yeah. And to be honest, they came out all right. They came out all right. They kind of looked funny, but it was what it was. And then this is my little desk thingy. I didn't have the little clippers or the right glue. I was just using scissors. And they were still coming out weirdly. But at this time, I wasn't really posting anything about Warhammer. And, I just kept posting it on my Instagram and stuff. And that's really what I just kept up with, like posting on Instagram, this and that. I had a lot of fun doing the stuff. And I liked putting the little like miniatures outside because this time I still had no clue how to play the Warhammer game, but I was still watching Combat Patrols. And the thing I really like so much about Warhammer and even Warhammer Combat Patrols is that you don't need to know what these dice rolls mean. You can just watch them and just know. Like, I don't know, I feel like sometimes like when doing stuff, you just have to like already know, like, let's say, I don't know why this photo is here, but it's just here to show that, like, I had other stuff going on at the time, but Warhammer was just always, like, the coolest. And then, like, just other stuff going on, but I was always, like, just always into Warhammer. And I was building and I was working, and I don't know. One day when I was working, my dad's like, hey, your glues aren't gluing your things together. Are you sure, that you have the right glue? Maybe get a plastic glue. And I'm like, oh. And I realized, and then ever since I got the plastic glue, I got some clippers, and yeah, it just worked. They just worked together, like, so good with the little thing. And yeah, that was just really surprising. So I had to redo my dad's company. So I repainted them like this. And I just got all the paint back on them. And this is like the third month of Warhammer. So it was all right. I was trying to get them like this, and to be honest, they did not come out good. They came out terrible. My dad, he was motivating me. He's like, yes, son, they look good for the little miniatures. But I knew myself. They look terrible, honestly. But this is before I redid them. So yeah. And then one day I went back to the Games Workshop store near me, and we're just looking around, and the guy was really helpful at the store. And my dad was just like, hey, do you want some Space Marines? And I'm like, yeah, but blah, 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 blah. And I'm not gonna lie, like people who know me, like people who are close to me, they know I hate spending money. So maybe Warhammer wasn't the greatest hobby, but my dad was just like, hey, I know that you're gonna use it, so I might as well just get you it. Blah, blah, this and that. And you have good grades, you're not dumb. Which I think was really important if you're getting into Warhammer as a kid. Just have all A's. It's not that difficult. But, okay, yeah, my mom's yelling at me now. But yeah, I took a little vacation just to get my mind off Warhammer. at this time I only had like 2 things built, and then I had the little like ugly things. And I just went into probably like my 4th month of Warhammer, and I was just taking a little break. But then I got back and I painted these guys, right? And at this point, I made a little Warhammer video. It was like, hey, this is my Warhammer collection. It's like 3 things. I'm not gonna lie, making this Warhammer YouTube video, I didn't even know why I made it. Like, it's kind of just like a weird thing. Like, something just came over me and I made it. And then I go to sleep, right? By the way, this YouTube video was like a little real thing. It wasn't even anything crazy, right? And I had all my Warhammer things. And at this time, my dad bought me the Warhammer painting starter set. And I showed them like my badly painted Warhammer thing. And I went to sleep and I woke up and I had like 500 views. I'm like, what the? And then I made another YouTube video. And it was about the Scouts guys. And I mean, it got less views, but then I made a 3rd one, and it was about, hey, Death Company, blah, 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 blah. This is my Death Company thing. And it got like 200 views. I'm like, whoa, okay, so I'm actually good at this now. Because when I was younger, I had a YouTube channel, but I never actually like got a lot of, like, I never even had a video. Like, okay, when I was younger, I had a YouTube video, but I had a YouTube channel, but my most popular video only got like 100 views, and I'm pretty sure it's because my brother went under like a really popular like rap video, and he just put, hey, can you guys check out my little brother's YouTube channel for his birthday? And then it got 100 views. And he never told me. But now it's getting views just by like posting videos and stuff naturally and just doing that. And you know, then people would just naturally see my videos and they'd be like, oh shoot, and they check me out. And now I'm in my bag, and like, you know, I'm feeling comfortable because I don't know. I feel like, I don't know, with Warhammer, it's kind of been like an adventure, you know. I don't know. I don't really have a lot of friends into Warhammer, so, you know, it's just been me and like my little miniatures, but I never got bored with it. And, you know, I'm gonna drop a little thing. It's like, you know, I moved into a new school, and you know, I just checked out this Warhammer because school was too easy and all this stuff. And, you know, I wasn't really talking to anybody because I was a little bit shy at school. And Warhammer's really just been, you know, it's been just keeping me busy and just keeping me motivated, having my little soldiers. And it's actually giving me something to talk to. No, it was actually giving me something to talk about other than anime at school. Because that's all I really talk about was like Naruto. But now I had like the little Star Wars thing, because I used to be a really huge Star Wars fan, but the thing is they just stopped making movies. And like, I don't know why Star Wars like stopped making movies, or no, they didn't stop. It's just the last good Star Wars movie was Rogue One, sadly. Although I did love the trilogy, like I did love the Rey trilogy, it's not as good as Rogue One. Rogue One was the last good one, like that stands out, you know. And yeah, once I painted like all these guys, I had my army. I probably had like 11 Warhammer miniatures now. I went back, and then I'm chilling in, you know, my hometown now with my miniatures, you know, and I'm just chilling, you know. I got the paint off all my old miniatures, and I decided, hey, let me get one, you know, like Force, one Legion. And I just did Blood Angels because I already had Death Company, and I had no choice if I wanted to run like 1,000 points list. So that's what I did. I got the little Blood Angels thingy. Got the little painted up these scouts. I put old Space Marine arms on Primaris neophytes. So this guy's arms are unproportional than the guy behind him, but it's all right. Nobody's gonna notice. And you know, now I have this Force, and my dad, because it was my birthday, by the way, it passed, and he got me a little Warhammer thing. And right now, during this time, I was just waiting for the Warhammer thing to arrive, the starter box. So yeah, I did a little things. I built some Poor Hammer things. I built a little Poor Hammer bunker, and then I built a Poor Hammer like little bridge and stuff. And I even built like a rhino to scale. It took me like 2 hours. Didn't even paint it. It's still like the cardboard, but I mean, it was cool, and I actually played it. And to be honest, the little cardboard rhino, it was worth it. I just rammed it into something, and it did not explode, but it killed something, so it was worth it. over here we had the little starter box, and I didn't know what I wanted to paint the Tyranids, but I picked a paint style that was like this. It's basically a 3rd edition Tyranid Codex. These are not my Tyranids. These are just like similar, like they're so similar, but I swear I never saw that photo before I painted them. And then this is the Blood Angels army because I painted them up. And that's just what I've been making videos about, the Blood Angels army for the past thing. And I hit around 100 subscribers. Then, like, over school, I never realized how much subscribers I've gotten since the beginning of school. Because beginning of school, I had 100 subscribers. And now, midway through school, I'm at 150. And I know that subscribers kind of come like a little rising thing. Like, they come slow at first and boom, and it gets up. So, before the end of school, hopefully 300 if I stay on my upload things. I'm going to try to get 100 YouTube videos, out by the end of this thing, get this work, this stuff out. Maybe I'll make like a little Discord thing or like some collaborations with like my friends. But yeah, my bad, I haven't been posting lately. I've kind of had some like, not stress, to be honest, zero stress. I just went to visit my cousins, to be honest. That's my excuse. And yeah, I just been visiting the family, but I'm going to get a lot more videos out, to be honest, because I'm literally talking about like Warhammer and painting things. Any painting things? Yeah, I do have 2 painting things, by the way, too. This is one, it's not inspiration, but I painted 2 Space Marines. I'm going to show you and give you the full breakdown on how I did it, because I took my time on painting these guys, and what I usually, like, the time that I could use to paint 5 Terminators, I painted just 1 Space Marine. So, yeah, and I'm going to tell you the color schemes and the little things I did, but these like, this isn't the color scheme, but this is a cool guy I found at the Warhammer store. This is a cool Chaos Space Marine. And by the way, let me know if you want me to start a new army or if you want me to just get like a little 5-man thing of guys, because I don't know, they're just cool. But the thing is with like buying used Warhammer is just, I don't know, the fun part for me is kind of like building it, and clipping it out. And even though that takes like 70 hours, my mom is like, ugh, go to bed. It's the most fun part, so that's why I do it. This is the first color scheme that I used to paint one of the guys, and then I'm gonna show you the second color scheme shortly. But yeah, I'm gonna get a lot more YouTube videos out because I got a new computer. I'm gonna get CapCut open on it, and yeah, I just like to thank everybody who helped me on my journey. I think a big guy who inspired me to do YouTube was my dad, but then another guy who helped me, another woman who helped me start YouTube or stay consistent was my mom. Cause my mom let me stay up late, and she never wanted to beat me up because I'd only talk about Warhammer at the dinner table. And to everybody, that's all I talk about. And that's all she'd be forced to watch because we watched the Warhammer video yesterday. And yeah, big shout out to her. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great 2025. I had a great 2024 going on to the new year. And yeah, love you guys. See y'all.